Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Les habla Valentín Burguet acá en las oficinas de Geek Law y hoy vamos a tratar un tema muy interesante, muy importante, que es la diferencia entre la visa E1 y la visa E2. Como ya hemos hablado anteriormente, la visa E2 es una visa que se origina en tratados que tiene Estados Unidos con distintos países del mundo. Hoy vamos a hablar obviamente de Latinoamérica, que es nuestra región donde nos interesa. Y la visa, como ustedes saben, la visa E2 requiere una inversión por parte del inmigrante en este país para hacer un emprendimiento comercial, un emprendimiento corporativo, un emprendimiento que le permita a ese inmigrante permanecer en Estados Unidos con su negocio y que le permita entrar y salir permanentemente por el tiempo que le dure la visa, dándole la posibilidad de renovar esa visa. Ya hemos hablado que este tipo de visa es una visa de no inmigrante, o sea, no es una visa que le permite saltar a una residencia directamente, pero le da la posibilidad de estar acá con su familia y poder realizar su negocio, su emprendimiento y llevarlo adelante. Es una visa que usan muchos emprendedores, muchas personas que quieren ampliar su campo de negocios en los Estados Unidos. Por otro lado, tenemos la E1, que es una visa que utilizan las personas que están haciendo transacciones, que ya sea que trabajan en el ámbito privado o público y tienen que hacer transacciones en los Estados Unidos de distinta manera, transacciones de mercadería, de servicios, operaciones bancarias y demás, que les dan la posibilidad de entrar también y salir, permanecer en los Estados Unidos hasta 2 años con posibilidad de renovación, para permitirles desarrollar su actividad transaccional. Es una visa que, por ejemplo, se usa mucho en todo lo que tiene que ver con exportaciones e importaciones, tanto en Latinoamérica como en Estados Unidos. Las dos son visas muy importantes que le permiten a cientos de miles de personas llegar adelante sus emprendimientos y cumplir todas sus expectativas. Así que bueno, espero que esto les haya sido informativo. No dejen de consultar con nuestros abogados cuando tengan una consulta. Gracias.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking in with us. This is a video about the differences between an E1 and an E2 visa. And I'm going to go over some of the details of the E1 and E2 visa so you can be up to speed in case you're interested in this type of case. So the E1 visa is a international treaty trader visa. That's the name of it. It's literally a visa based upon international trade. So the very first thing you need to do if you think this is something you want to get involved in or may qualify for is you need to see if the country you're from qualifies for an E1 visa. You can do that on the Department of State website or a real quick search online, treaty trader countries E1 visa. We're going to put a link in the notes down below so you can have it if you like, but just in case you wanted to do it. There are about 75 countries that have a treaty with the United States for these kinds of visas. So the E1 visa is for international trade. Now, some people think that means shipping things internationally. The truth is, it includes services. Services shipped internationally constitute an E1 visa. To prepare an E1 case and to win an E1 case, you need to have a company in the United States that trades primarily, that means more than 50% of its international trade is with the United States and your home country. So I'm going to pick a country just randomly. Client from Japan, they have an E1 visa. That means their business is in the United States and that company ships businesses, services, or goods between the United States and Japan. Eventually, if we go for renewals in the future, we're going to have to show that trade and how much of the trade was between the US and Japan versus US and other countries. So for example, in that example right there, the client sends sushi bento boxes from Japan to the United States. That means we have trading invoices or shipping invoices showing that the trade comes from Japan to the United States. But if we found out that the company also sends bento boxes from China to the United States, directly from China to the United States, and the amount of trade from China was more than 50% of the annual trade in that year, that would disqualify them for the E1 visa. So the E1 visa is about trade. And it can be literally anything. You'll be surprised the kind of visas we have done. So you need to check that out to see if you're interested in an E1 treaty trader visa. The E2 visa is very different. It just has a similar name. It's called the E2 Investors Visa. And again, it's a treaty trader visa. So the first thing here you need to know is whether your country qualifies. The country that you're from must have a treaty of commerce with the United States. That treaty of commerce is listed in the website we mentioned, and we'll have a link below. If you are, at that point, what you're looking at is setting up a business in the United States that will actually do business. The E2 visa requires you to invest money, so you got to have an investment. You got to show where that money came from. It's called the source of funds. And you're also going to have to show that your business is active rather than passive. So the number one question I get is, hey, can I just go buy a couple apartment buildings and and get an E2 visa and rent them out to people? And the answer to that is no. Rental properties are by their definition passive. Passive activities do not qualify for an E2 visa. More often than not, we see people come to the United States with to get an E2 visa. They have some experience in some profession, meaning they've either done that kind of work, they've operated an engineering firm, or they've run a retail business before, or they open a machine shop. And they've done it already in the past, and they come here to do it here. They bring money to do that, they open the business, and we move forward. The biggest deal on the E2 process is going to be the business plan. That business plan has to work for immigration. Okay, it's not a business plan that works for investors or banks or for your partners. Instead, it's got to follow a simple format. It must have 5-year projections on all revenues, growth, and that includes employees. And it should have a list of competitors and an analysis of how you are going to be successful at this business. The business plan is a key ingredient, and we advise on that quite a bit, and we edit those quite a bit. The E2 investor visa does not have a minimum limit, which is the number one question I get. How much money do we need to invest? But generally I tell people, if you're below $50,000, that's going to be a little bit tough depending on your business. And $100,000 and up is a solid investment that's going to show immigration that your E2 visa and your business has a chance for success. Anyways, that's the major difference between the E1 and E2 visa. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like below and subscribe to our videos in the future. Thanks so much. Bye.